Let's start with a question of perspective. If you look at your day versus, say, an ant's day, what's the actual difference?
And we're not just talking about size.
No, not at all. I don't mean the fact that you have a mortgage and the ant just have a crumb to worry about.
It's really a question of scope. And that's, the core of our deep dive today. We're looking at this concept called the sacred happiness.
In the source material, it draws a pretty brutal line in the sand between two ways of being.
It does. It calls them the limited world of the ant and then the expansive world that's available to us, to humans.
And the mission here, it isn't just a biology lesson. We're really trying to unpack why the source argues that the ability to feel awe is like a uniquely human superpower.
A superpower, yeah. It claims awe isn't just another emotion, it's the absolute peak of happiness.
So to get to that peak, I guess we have to start at the baseline with the ant.
Exactly. And the text gives us this image of the ant living inside a transparent bubble.
It's a very claustrophobic image, actually. Inside that bubble, its life is strictly focused on the ground.
Which, makes perfect sense from a biological standpoint. It's all binary processing.
Path ahead, food, obstacles.
Right. Its reality is purely functional. Is this useful? Is this dangerous? That's about it.
Pure survival mode.
Yeah.
But the text really zeroes in on the cost of that efficiency. It says the ant is unaware of the cosmos.
That phrase is so striking, isn't it? Because of that total downward focus, the ant is physically right there under the stars and the moon.
But experientially.
They might as well not exist. It's totally blind to the context of where it is.
And it's not just the huge cosmic stuff either. The source also says it's blind to subtle beauty.
So it can feel a breeze, but only as something to push against. It can't, enjoy a sunset or a flower.
That's the real tragedy of the limited world, then? You exist, but you don't fully live in the wider reality that's all around you.
Which is the perfect pivot to the human figure in the text, the one on the mountain peak.
Okay, so what's our superpower?
The source calls it an awareness beyond the self. We have a cognitive hardware to actually direct our minds outside of our immediate physical space.
We're not trapped by the ground right in front of our noses.
Exactly. And when we use that hardware, that's when we hit what the material calls happiness found in awe.
Like that feeling you get when a mountain view just suddenly opens up, or you see a truly starlit sky. It just stops you in your tracks.
But here's the critical part. The source defines this not just as, joy or pleasure. It calls it the peak of happiness.
And the phrase it uses is connecting with the sublime. What does that mean exactly? Is it about scale?
Precisely. In those moments of quiet wonder, as it calls them, the bubble just dissolves. The ant is totally isolated. But the human in awe
Feels like they're a part of something bigger.
you feel a sense of being part of something larger. You stop being just a collection of your own tasks and problems, and you become part of the vastness itself.
So the synthesis here seems to be that we have a choice. We all have this biological hardware to step out of the bubble. We can look up.
We can, but there's an implicit warning here, too, that we often don't. We get stuck dealing with our own obstacles and paths.
Just like the ant.
We get locked into the ground game.
Emails, errands, daily friction.
And when we do that, we are actively retreating back into that little bubble. We're effectively blinding ourselves to the sublime.
That's the real danger. So here's maybe something to mull over today. The source defines the absolute peak of happiness as feeling part of something larger.
Yeah.
But if you spend your days only looking at the obstacles directly in front of you, are you accidentally living the life of an ant despite having the capacity for the infinite?
It all depends on where you choose to look.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll catch you next time.